Hey, how you guys doing? Staff Sergeant Darrell Hood. Today I'm going to give you my interdisciplinary project, which is sexual assault for Dr. Charles Johnson, AMU. So the overview, we're going to be talking about prevention, which is the SAPA program, the definition of sexual assault, definition of Article 120, bystander intervention, how we went away from that, risk reduction, the victim advocacy program, and we're going to go into response, which is restricted and unrestricted reporting, and post-sexual assault. Sexual assault remains a persistent problem in the military, with an estimated 20,000 active duty service members experiencing unwanted sexual conduct in 2014, come from Professor Casher from the University of South Carolina. It also looked at early training related to sexual assault prevention and response had challenges in getting agreement on exactly what is sexual assault. Even more of a challenge was getting service members to understand what it involves. Sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is a form of sex discrimination that involves unwanted or unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical contact when a person's job, pay, or career is placed at risk, or when it creates an intimidating, hostile, or offensive work environment. Okay, sexual assault by Department of Definition. Their training definition is sexual assault is intentional sexual conduct characterized by use of force, threats, intimidation, or abuse of authority, or intentional sexual contact when the victim does not or cannot consent. With that, sexual assault includes rape, forcible sodomy, or anal sex, and other unwanted sexual contact that is aggravated, abusive, or wrongful. Sexual assault by the Department of Justice definition is any type of sexual contact or behavior that occurs when an explicit consent of the recipient, or explicit consent of the recipient. So let's break down consent. One, a person cannot give consent if they have a sip of alcohol. They just can't give consent. They consider a person to be incapacitated. Per the Department of Justice, consent shall not be deemed or construed to mean the failure by the victim to offer physical resistance. Consent is not given when a person uses force, threat of force, coercion, or when the victim is asleep, incapacitated, or unconscious. So, sexual assault reporting in the military. You got privacy concerns, total incidents of surveillance is unknown, reporting is necessary to reduce the sexual assault. Restricted reporting will allow victims more privacy, unrestricted allows for prosecution and removal of offenders. And then we go into training where we educate victims on their options, and we educate Department of Defense members on problems and how they can help. So what is Article 120 of the UCMJ? That's a misconception that a lot of people does not understand across the military. They do not know what accomplishes with Article 120. So a brief synopsis of Article 120 is, per the UCMJ, any person commits a sexual act upon persons by threatening or placing person in fear, causing bodily harm, making fraudulent representation, commits a sexual assault when said person is incapable of consenting. And you can find that off of the SAP website. Bystander intervention. We used to have a training bystander intervention that we used to go through once a year, but the Air Force kind of went away from that. We started going into green dot training. So now I say we need to go back to bystander intervention. Why? The bystander intervention is someone in the group who is watching the situation between two members and is aware that the incident may escalate without intervention. Bystanders may hesitate to become directly involved in the situation as it makes them feel uncomfortable. It takes courage to make a difference in someone's life and challenge negative behavior. In our military community, they'll take a courageous stand by individuals to change the climate around sexual assault. It is crucial to remember the responsibility is always to the greater military cause and not to one individual. It takes one voice to make a difference. Bystander can take certain steps to intervene, but make sure you consider safety, decide to use direct or indirect action, what the options are, and what action can be taken. Quick activity. You at a friend's house, they're having a birthday, everybody drinking. You see Samantha and Taylor. Samantha been getting heavily drunk, drinking all kinds. She can barely stand up and move around. She's falling down as she's drinking. Taylor helps Samantha to the couch and becomes increasingly friendly. Just sit back and you watching all this. Taylor trying to get Samantha to go back to the room. Samantha just want to go to sleep, telling him, hey, I just want to go sleep on the couch. Or Taylor saying, hey, it's more comfortable in the bedroom. What would you do? Anybody?
Step in and tell Taylor to back off of Samantha, and then maybe if they're at somebody else's house, you get a couple of friends to go ahead and take her home, and then separate the two.
Exactly, that's the bystander intervention. You see that situation occurring, you step in and intervene, and you try to get your friend out of there safely. That's what we as the military need to go back into doing, as opposed to these dry CBTs that they make us do and sit through 2 hours of training of PowerPoint. We need to go back to using the bystander intervention training, where we have real life scenarios, where we're placed into, and we can talk about what we would do if we was in that situation. Next, we're gonna talk about the risk reduction. The risk reduction is a constant process. Avoid the use of alcohol and drugs, allowing your instincts to be watchful, establish and maintain your limits, and it goes right back to each other. Stats and data. The majority of military victims are 20 to 24-year-old females in the enlisted ranks. Most military-led perpetrators, again, 20 to 24-year-old males. Most sexual assaults occurs in the dormitories or living areas, and more than half of sexual assault cases involve alcohol, 86% of those reported cases. And I got that from a friend of mine, Captain India Vernon. She's a JAG in the Air Force, so she's worked these cases a lot. Also, the rate of sexual assault in the military has been reported as 30% of women are being sexually assaulted and 6% of men are being sexually assaulted. So how to respond to that? You have your restricted and your unrestricted reporting. So, restricted reporting is confidential. You got access to your SARC, which is your Sexual Assault Response Coordinator, and you have access to the SAPR VA, which is your Sexual Assault Prevention and Response Victim Advocate, access to military and medical counseling service. Then you have your unrestricted reporting. It's a sensitive, need-to-know basis. You still have access to the SARC and the VA, and you have access to military, medical, and counseling services, and then there's a law enforcement investigation to get the perpetrator, and your command is involved. Restricted reporting. The advantages of restricted reporting is your privacy is protected, the chain of command is not notified, medical care, counseling, and victim advocacy services offered, collateral misconduct may be discovered, but the disadvantages of restricted reporting is there's not going to be an investigation, and the perpetrator will not be prosecuted. Unrestricted reporting. The advantages of unrestricted reporting is assistance from law enforcement, including investigation, and assistance from your command. You're gonna have perpetrator may be caught and prosecuted. Medical care, counseling, and victim advocacy services are provided. The disadvantage of unrestricted reporting is lack of privacy. And then two, once a victim goes unrestricted reporting, they cannot change back to restricted reporting. Your SARC, this is sexual assault prevention. The SARC is in charge of doing the training and education to institutionalize core values, advertising campaign, community involvement, and sexual assault awareness month, which will be next month in April. And then your victim advocate, they respond 24/7 response coverage to victims, also known as survivors. You got local support network, trained victim advocates, and monthly case management. The Victim Advocate Program, it's a program that provides essential support. They're a liaison pretty much between the SARC and the investigation personnel. Responsibilities include providing crisis intervention, referral, and ongoing non-clinical support, including information on available options and resources to assist the victim in making informed decisions about the case. VA services will continue until a victim states that they do not need services anymore. Confidential resources. So pretty much everybody over here to the left side that has an asterisk are confidential. So your SARC is confidential, the VA is confidential as well. Counselors and your military medical people. Chaplains are not confidential when it comes to sexual assault. They have to report that up to the chain of command. Along with legal, they're not confidential either. For the Department of Defense civilians, they can still go to the SARC, they can go to the VA, but they have a list of other people that they can go and see as well. And this is where I got all of my info from, and that will be it.